In this episode of Sailing Dark Angel, we grab a better than expected overnight sailing window back to Florida, where I try to snag the barnacle munchers that greet us. Then we wrap up season 2 with what we've learned and what we've experienced. Was this lifestyle a good call? Is it time to toss in the towel and go back to Canada? Do we remember the names of our kids? How much are we asking for the boat?
If you like our videos, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. It's free for you and really helps our channel.
Well, we've been waiting and waiting for a weather window here to get out of Bimini, and we have one that's okay, not great. We're going to give it a try tonight. We're leaving in a couple of minutes. This is the first time I've actually been anxious crossing the Gulf Stream. It's an okay weather window, it's not great, but we are being seen off by our mascot over here. The size of this guy. 2.5, 3 feet easily. I don't think he's going to like it much when we raise that anchor. And we're going to start motoring out. There's a little bit of wind, but not a lot. And we'll decide on sails once we get out of the bay. So. Ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Let's go. Problem?
You'd be a little bit of a bitchy kitty. Behind us,
Back up. Look at that. Somebody should be driving. Oh wait, that's me. Bimini fly away here off behind me, and you should see the pout on that face. Leaving Bahamas. We don't want to leave Bahamas. We have to. We're only allowed to be here for so long, and it's not like we're residents. I'm not saying it's busy out here tonight, but does anybody remember Frogger?
Oh, I touched it. The crossing was great. We got here in 12 hours. We sailed the whole way. The weather window was far better than we expected. I want to go back. Like, now. Just for fun, seeing if I can net one of the sheep's heads chomping on our barnacles in Lake Worth, Florida. This water is definitely not Bahamas water, or, as Nancy from SV Free Spirit calls it, Bahama porn.
4.
I'm seeing more little catfish than I'm seeing sheep's head right now. Oh, see it? See it right there?
Yep.
Oh, you fucker. Come on back. Apparently a net isn't the way to catch these guys. No worries, I'm not actually going to get them. It's just fun trying.
And no kicking me in.
In a real store.
Grocery store.
Grocery.
What are we doing today, Captain Dave?
We are wrapping up season 2. It's over. We survived it. Here we are.
Amazingly, we survived it, because there was a couple of times that got pretty dicey out there. And yeah, we learned from them. I learned I could hand steer for 3 hours during a squall, and we didn't capsize, which was absolutely amazing. And I learned that we need to reef early when we see the dark clouds on the horizon.
Reef early, reef often. It's not just an expression.
It really isn't. It really, really isn't.
We try to be fair weather sailors, but in fairness, you can't always be fair weather sailors because the weather's not always fair.
It's really not fair. Although the Bahamas weather is quite nice most of the time, it really does depend on the year. The first year, the weather was beautiful. It was perfect. So many days of great sailing weather. Not too windy, not too choppy. And going out on excursions, it was a lot easier during the first year. This second year, we weren't the only ones to realize that the Bahamas weather can be very temperamental, and this year was really rough. I would say we had 1 full month of the 6 months that we were there that was good weather. We would consider good weather. Otherwise, we were stuck on the boat with the high winds, or it was raining, or it was really super choppy, and you really don't want to get into your dinghy when your boat's doing this and your dinghy's doing this, because all sorts of bad things can happen.
Well, let's look at another reason why the weather looked bad to us in particular. We had a total meltdown failure of our batteries like less than a month in, without the money to do anything about it. So we could only work on bright sunny days. That's the only time we had enough solar power to run the computers to actually sit and generate video and run our websites and so forth. Last year we would go out on the really nice days and go get content and play and have fun, and then work it in the evenings. This season we couldn't do anything in the evenings because all the power would be off, and through the day on the sunny days we had to work, and if it was rainy or cloudy we couldn't work, but you can't do anything else either. So that really put a damper on our season, and we couldn't do anything with batteries because we had a major financial issue hit us last November that absolutely devastated our finances. And I'm not going to go into details, but we have now done Bahamas one season with some money. I mean, we didn't have lots of money, but we had money. And then this last season we did with, well, we did it broke.
Yeah, shoestring, but you can do it. We're proof that you can do it even on a shoestring budget. You can.
If you have the option, do it with money. We were very, very, very frugal this year, and we made it through. Yeah.
We had to be. We did a lot more sailing. We did get our mainsail. So because of the price of diesel being at what, $7?
Close to $7 most of the time.
Yeah, of course we really couldn't afford to get diesel and eat at the same time, so we did wait for our weather windows because you just couldn't afford to motor.
One of the power issues that we had was we tried to resurrect our batteries the same way we did last year in Annapolis, and that was to go to a marina and plug in and charge up our batteries and try and get that equalization charge on the Firefly AGMs.
And that was a big mistake.
Yes. The marina we went to, as soon as we plugged in, it blew our surge protector out. It damaged our main computer.
It fried our systems.
It fried our systems.
Absolutely fried.
We've still not recovered. The generator wouldn't charge properly. Our alternator stopped charging our house bank, and they still charge our starter bank, thankfully, but they don't charge our house bank anymore. So we have some major issues to dig into with electrical. We've started a little bit. We've finally got the generator working properly, but it still blows one particular circuit inside, but only with the generator and not with the solar. So
That's right.
I don't know.
Not only were we sailing the second year without any money, we were also doing it without power. So the majority of our time sailing the Bahamas, we had only the solar panels for power. That's it.
So one of the things we tried to do to save on diesel was to run our engines very, very low RPMs and run them very sparingly.
Mistake.
That's a mistake. You cannot run, especially mechanical diesels like our Volvo MD2030s, you can't run them at low RPM for extended periods because it builds up carbon deposits in the exhaust elbow, which eventually will plug solid. And our port engine did exactly that. Our port engine plugged solid. I ended up having to take the exhaust system apart and acid bath the elbow and put it all back together, which was very much of a challenge because we couldn't get any parts. Not only could we not afford to buy parts, we physically couldn't get parts. There's a lot of waterproof tape and all that we have in there, and it all seems to be holding together right now, but man, we got to do some engine refit work.
So at some points we were down to one engine, no batteries, and no money. And friends of ours are like, "Are you guys okay?" And we're like, "No."
Not really, no.
But you know, you soldier on. It's what you do when you live this way, and we did choose to live this way.
Yeah, there's a lot of glamorizing of this lifestyle on YouTube. I know, because we watched it and thought, wow, that's awesome, we can do that. The highs are really, really high. The stuff that we show you is real. We left our green screen behind. The stuff we show you is real, and the highs are real.
That's the glamorous part. That is the glamorous part. I've had plenty of people say to me, "Oh my gosh, that is so amazing what you're doing, and you know, you're just living the life." And it's like, now hold on. We edit it down so that we can show you all the highlights, of course, but the lows can be really super low. Like there's been times where Dave and I look at each other going, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? But Snorkeling is one of my most favorite things to do. So when I get to snorkel in amazing places with dolphins and turtles and rays and ships and sharks and all that, those are the highlights, and I chase that feeling, obviously. Or I also chase when we have the spinnaker up and we're on a downwind sail and we're going 10, 11 knots with just spinnaker. Like I chase that feeling now. It's the most amazing feeling in the world.
Of course, this year we blew out the spinnaker.
This year we blew out that spinnaker. How did we do that?
It wrapped the jib when we were trying to deploy it. I made the mistake of listening to other people's advice even after I knew better. We have deployed this spinnaker dozens of times with the mainsail down. The main reason was we didn't have a mainsail. It's very, very hard to put up a mainsail you don't have. So we would deploy the spinnaker. It went beautifully. We've done hundreds of miles sailing with a spinnaker. But coming down the coast to go back to Bahamas, we had a mainsail. And I thought, well, apparently you're supposed to deploy the mainsail to block wind to make the spinnaker deploy properly. And we did that, and the spinnaker promptly wrapped around our furled jib.
When it wrapped around the jib, it wrapped around in knots. Dave fought for how long?
A couple hours.
Couple hours to try to unknot it. He had to drop it down. The wind caught it and it went into the water, and when it went over, it ripped a hole in it off of
multiple holes.
Yeah, multiple holes, which we have yet to fix, and we will. And it went over the side. We're underway. I'm holding on to it with all of my strength because I'm not allowing this $10,000 sail to go into the water. It's just not going to happen. So I'm holding on for dear life to the sail and trying not to go into the ocean. At the same time, we have dolphins that are right beside the boat, and I swear to you, they're coming up and they're like, "Are you guys okay?" And I'm like looking at them going, "We're not okay. And could you just give us a flipper here?" I'm holding on for dear life, and Dave was able to grab the line and help me pull it back up. But
I also stopped the boat.
yes, the whole thing is full of water. Like the whole sail is full of water under the water, and we're dragging the sail back onto the boat. So we put it out to dry. We didn't lose it in the ocean, thank goodness.
That's the stuff that we can't get on video because we're busy trying to get through it.
The other really sad thing that we've come to realize is with the difficulty with the finances, we haven't been able to host family to come out and stay with us for any length of time.
Yeah, the plan was always for especially our kids to come out and spend time with us.
That just didn't happen.
It just didn't happen. We left during COVID, so everything was under lockdown, and we knew that. So we knew we were going to have to wait for a while. But by the time everything cleared up, we were hit with a financial issue, and the opportunities have gone away. So we miss our kids.
We miss
the rest of our families too.
Yeah.
Hi guys. But we really seriously miss our kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's hope we get them out here. Jolie, Dustin, Kayla, get your asses out here to the boat.
We miss you.
We miss you.
And we want to share this amazing lifestyle with you.
Every time we
The good parts.
Every time we do something really cool, we think, what would Jolie think of this? Wow, Dustin would freak out if he saw this. Like, we want to share this stuff. So get out here.
That's part of the excitement as well. The community, the sailing community. There are no words really to express how flippin' amazing the sailing community is. The friends that you make out here, these people are very different. Like, we've chose this lifestyle, and it really bonds you with other sailors. You're there for each other. You follow through.
It's not even just the people we've met sailing. One of the first people we met coming to Florida has been a huge help to us. Yeah. Thank you, Anthony. He has supported us when credit card issues went sideways and check-in issues, and he's always just been there and looked after us. And wow, we could not have, man, I don't know how we'd have got into the Bahamas without Anthony helping us out.
Yeah.
Because that's right when the crunch hit, and man, we were in trouble.
On the edge of our teeth. It was tough.
And he stepped right up, man.
Yeah.
He's been awesome, and the help we get here at Lake Worth with Cal and Matt and Liz and Ken and Neil and everybody's just stepping right up. It is so cool. Thank you guys. Oh, and Dave and Luann, when you went to Ontario to go back and look after your mother, we had friends drive 2 hours to the airport to pick Lisa up in Toronto, drive her back to their place, drive another 2 hours to her mother's place to drop her off, and then repeat that process a week later to get her back to Bahamas. So thanks, guys. That was awesome.
Thank you very much.
Under the heading of people who've helped us out, patrons. Thank you to our patrons.
Thank you so very much.
You have allowed us to carry on with this amazing journey, and without our patrons, we'd be at a dead stop right now.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate it. On a positive note, we are rebuilding. We have 3 business ventures on the go. Sailing Dark Angel, of course. We have our website. Go take a look. We have patronage through the website. You can buy us a coffee, buy us a beer, buy us a rum online. We have Dark Angel gear and swag, and very shortly you're going to see a link on our website to our wish list on Amazon. If you want to help us out, or you'd like to help us out, or you can help us out, and you want to buy something from the wish list, you can do it on there, and we really appreciate all the help we can get. I know we're big wealthy sailors, and if you can't afford this, you shouldn't be out here and all the rest of that negative crap, and you guys can take your negative crap.
Just a minute. On that note, we have a lot of amazing supporters on YouTube that give positive feedback on our videos, and then we have some that are not so nice.
They can be fun to read.
They're fun to read. I do have a very thick skin, just based on my previous existence living in auto dealerships, and not much gets to me, and it still hasn't got to me. But it's amazing when you have people comment and say, "Oh, these people never leave the dock," and that I'm a top shelf idiot.
Top shelf.
Top shelf. Meanwhile, running my own business and very successful business. And
I'm sure they're surfing their couch very effectively.
It is entertaining, and I do enjoy all comments and all comers.
Bring the comments.
Yeah, bring it. I enjoy it. I do.
It's fun to read.
You don't have to go negative, but
no, actually we prefer if you don't go negative, but bring what you're going to bring. Also, Lisa has taken over all of the design aspect for our clothing and accessory line, which is spoiledbratdesigns.com. I started that because I do graphic design. It turns out I'm technically pretty good at it, and aesthetically I suck. So Lisa has taken over that. I taught her how to do the technical part, and she does the aesthetics now, and you've got to go to spoiledbratdesigns.com and see her products. She does beautiful work. The main business that really got trashed by COVID and by the lockdowns and all that was what Lisa was talking about, being president of the company. It's a company called Cardinal Rural Academy, and it's Lisa's online training platform, and that, I mean, you don't see anything to do with that on this channel. That is more of a LinkedIn thing.
Automotive industry.
And she is the guru in that particular line, and of course we'll be working that hard again this year to build that back up as the automotive industry recovers. So there is some positive stuff on the horizon.
Yeah, and I'm pretty positive that I want to get back to the Bahamas as soon as possible. That blue water, guys, what you see on the screen does no justice to actually seeing it with your own 2 eyes and being in it. Like, I know I said this last year on the wrap up, but I'm still saying it this year. And if I'm still saying it this year, you just have to experience it for yourself.
Yeah, we've got a very positive outlook to the future. We've got, I think the worst of the stuff is behind us. We've got friends they brought us batteries. So
now that situation has the Band-Aid on it.
We're working hard at getting the financial stuff fixed up, and hopefully looking forward to providing a whole lot more content for you. But part of the problem we've run into with providing content is a failed GoPro 10, a failed GoPro 8, a totally failed GoPro 7, a failed RX107, a failed RX106. We are currently recording on our DSLR, which we do not break out because it's a very expensive camera. We don't want it to fail. We are down a couple $1,000s, sorry, about $3,000 in camera gear this season. And it started at the end of November with our very first dive. Oh, and our production computer blew up when the power went.
When we were over there.
When we were in the Exumas. So I need about $1,000 worth of repair components to rebuild the computer that I built to do video production, and we're using a 6-year-old, 7-year-old gaming laptop to do video production, and it's tired and it doesn't want to do it. And we changed production software from Premiere Pro to DaVinci Resolve 18. I love DaVinci, but man, it's been a process switching over from something I used for years and years to something brand new. They're similar, and DaVinci is considerably cheaper, being free. There is a pro version that we'd like to get. It's, I don't know, 360, 365 bucks US or something like that. I could be wrong. But you only pay it one time, so we're saving nickels to buy the pro version, which gives us better audio production work and better masking and that sort of thing, which is good for behind the scenes stuff that you shouldn't notice in a video. We have had huge sound issues with our cameras failing, and we apologize for that. We've had huge camera issues with our cameras failing, and there's a lot of footage that you just never got to see. Would we do it again?
Absolutely.
Did we make the right decision?
Yes, we did.
We gave up the house, the cars, the land-based businesses, the stuff. Oh, we had stuff.
Okay, so on a side note, there's times where I have to go back through the pictures because somebody wants a picture from, you know, way back in 2014. And as I go back looking through it, I start looking through these pictures of, you know, my kitchen and my office and the living room and all of the beautiful appliances that I had, which I don't have anymore. And it was hard. It was difficult.
And
but
the family around us, and the pool, and the
yeah.
and the hiking, and the
Yeah, we definitely
roller skating.
sacrificed. We definitely sacrificed in order to live this lifestyle. We have friends now that are trying to get on their boat and leave land behind, and they're running into the same kind of problems, issues, heartbreak.
It is a tough transition to
tough.
make. This is not all glamour. It's not all highs. Don't buy into that hype. It's not real. The highs are amazing, and if you want to live this lifestyle or you want to try this lifestyle, yeah, go for it. But understand, this is not an easy lifestyle.
The other important part of this lifestyle is the relationship that you have.
If your relationship is struggling, your marriage is on the rocks, you think things are tough, come on out here and do this. It's going to fix everything. You're going to be so close, and everything's going to be so wonderful. And
No, don't do it. Fix the relationship.
you'll hardly
first.
ever want to stab each other in the eye.
As close as we are, there are times. There are times. But you have to be solid here.
Maybe you
in
should just
order
go for a walk.
In order to do this, you have to be solid in your relationship.
We've improved a lot in our sailing, and I'm looking forward to this next season where we get to improve even more in our sailing, because we have no intention of going back to motoring, regardless of what finances do and regardless of what the price of diesel does. Sailing's just, it's a better way to travel. It's more fun. It can be a little riskier because your weather windows can close on you, and we've experienced it, but it's been a good season. I mean, we damaged our jib sail. Neil fixed our jib sail. Speaking of amazing people.
Thanks, Neil. On Harvest Moon.
On Harvest Moon.
Yep.
We got introduced to Shipwreck Rum on Chesapeake Lady. Oh, yeah, that's not our everyday drinking rum, because that's like a premium. It's almost like a liqueur, but Kraken is still our main rum.
We were also invited to do articles for Latitudes and Attitudes. We're in the summer edition.
There's a link right here for the Latitudes and Attitudes article. Check it out. It's a really good magazine. And we're going to be in the fall edition as well with a rum review, speaking of drinking.
Yeah. And it's based on our ARG, when we went to ARG, which is
Alcohol Research Group. There's a link for that down below too.
Yeah.
The second year was an eye-opener. The first year was our shakedown. We shook the boat down. We shook ourselves down. The second year was a real eye-opener of what can go sideways. I mean, we're talking a lot of stuff went sideways.
I think everything went sideways this year. Everything
pretty much
went sideways. And that's why people
even the barbecue failed.
Yeah. And even the dolphins are coming up and going, "Are you guys okay?" Would we do this again?
The boat's for sale. We're going home.
Have you had enough?
400 or 500 grand, we'll buy you this boat. And another 200-300 grand, we'll fix it up so you can sail it.
Oh.
Make us an offer. Make it a damn good one. because we're going to upgrade. No.
You know what we
No.
got. No.
Yeah, we know what we got.
Yeah.
No low balls. Yeah, was it worth it? Yes. Do we need to see our families?
Yes.
But yeah, we're going to keep going, and we're going to get some more content for you, and we're going to spend a couple months here fixing up Dark Angel and try and keep the boring parts out of the video and get caught up, because now we can actually produce video with batteries. Thanks again, Andy and Nancy, and for bringing us those batteries.
You guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome.
SB Free Spirit. They are awesome people.
Let's put a link for that too. There's a link down there somewhere.
Plans for the future.
We're going to go back to the Bahamas, but this time, like we were going to do last year, we'd like to cruise through the Bahamas and then continue down the chain and work our way down to Grenada and eventually around to the west coast of the Caribbean and back up to Guatemala and places like Panama. We've got a long way to go, and there's a pile of work to do on the boat, and we have to bring in a ton of finances to get everything fixed up. So it's going to be a work in progress. Nothing's going to happen overnight, but you know,
It is what it is.
if you didn't have to work for it, it wouldn't be worth it. So we're going to keep working for it. So we hope you keep watching, and we love that there's people out there enjoying the videos. It always shocks us when somebody says, "Oh yeah, we saw your video." Like, oh,
You did?
you did? By the time you're done producing a 15 to 20 minute video, by the way, you're absolutely sick of it and never want to see it again, just for the record. So anyway, speaking of which, I got to go back and do some video work, and we got another season to produce.
Yes, we do. And let's go get your haircut.
Oh my God, let's get my hair.
Bushman Bob over here.
We're either getting my hair cut or we're buying a volleyball.
What did your brother say?
Castaway. There, I said it.
That's exactly what he said.
So our buddy Wilson is waiting for us, and
We'll be talking to you again soon.
bye guys.
Bye, guys.